All right, so we haven't touched his beard at all. He usually gets his beard really, really light, which is a 1. This time he wants to keep it dark. So what I'm gonna do is you gotta know exactly how much space you have to blend. So when I have a 1 all the way up here, right, I can do my 0 right here below his ear at an angled. So that way I can do my 0, my half, and then my 1, right? So it can blend smoothly. Now this is about like a 3, maybe even a 4. So now you gotta think, okay, this is a 4, I can do a 3 here, I can do a 2, 1, 1.5. So I gotta give myself enough room to blend. You gotta think to yourself, how many sections do I have to blend? Because it's so dark, right? So now instead of starting my 0 all the way down here, I have to start my 0 somewhere up here so I can have enough room to blend this and so it can go smooth. So I'm gonna do like about somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna do my guideline pretty thick because when you're blending down, you want to give yourself a little more room to blend. So usually my guidelines are like this thick, not this one. This one's more like this thick, right? That's all the way open. Now I'm gonna go all the way close and get rid of that line. And I'm gonna touch it, let it go, comb it, touch it, let it go, comb it. Now I'm gonna go halfway, 1, 2, and go in the middle of the line in here. And like I said in my previous video, my trimmers are so zero gap that that 0 line is still there. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna grab another trimmer that's not that 0 gap and I'm gonna go right at that line and I'm gonna...
Just really quick, want to mention that I do have a discount code for all the clippers that I use in this video. I'm not gonna try to sell you guys on the clippers. I'll let you guys see the quality for yourselves. The discount code comes at minute 15.
And I accidentally brought the 0 line a little lower. It's not a big deal. So I'm gonna come with my clipper all the way close and I'm barely gonna touch it with my corners. I opened it 1 notch. And this is where lever play comes into play. You want to just like feel, okay, maybe I need to open it up a little bit or close it a little bit. And that just comes from experience, which you're gonna get as long as you keep cutting. Like I said, he wants to keep the length, which means I'm not gonna cut anything from here. I'm just probably gonna go with my scissors and get all the straight hairs just so it looks nice and uniform. Now, what's after the half, we're gonna go with a 1. And we're gonna give ourselves about that much room to blend. We're not gonna go fully this deep. We're gonna do like around that much. And as you can see, because I'm going very light on his head, I'm not digging in like this, right? I'm going still at an angle, pretending I'm still cutting up here, right? I'm going very, very light. You can see that I'm not making any guidelines. But I understand that this is my 0 up here. My half is somewhere right here, and my 1 is gonna be somewhere right here. So now with my half guard, I'm just gonna take this little line now right here. And everything's blending smoothly. Now I'm just gonna close it all the way because I feel like I can blend it in a little smoother. And it's very tricky to use your corners when you're blending the beard, because if you use too much corners, you're gonna create small little patches. And if you create little small patches, it's not gonna look good. We'll just leave it like this, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go with our 1.5 guard, lever open, and we're just gonna hit it. Okay, so this is our 0, our half is somewhere here, our 1 is somewhere here. So our 1.5 is gonna be somewhere around the bottom of the ear, and we're gonna start curving it. So you're gonna see me going like this, just like that. Okay, I'm closing my lever a little bit. When I cut the top of the hair, I don't really open or close my lever too much. I keep my lever open. When I'm blending the beard, I open and close my lever a lot more because we're blending down with it, right? So I'm closing my lever. I'm opening it as I go lower. Now, I'm gonna go up here. LD, if I don't give it to you after this haircut, remind me, please. Alright. Where do you line this up here? I always, like, as you can see, his hair naturally wants to come over here, right? So there's no point in me combing his hair over here because he naturally wants to come here. So I'm just gonna come here, right? Make sure you have a sharp clipper. I use these clippers for like all my lining. And first, obviously he's been a client for me for a long time, but if he was a very first time client, I'm always gonna keep it natural at first, right? Keep it natural. And as you get to like the curvy areas, you want to use more of your corner. And I always try to keep some top of my hand on his face. Why? Because that's gonna create stability, right? I don't want you to like start shaking. You don't want to do that. So what do? I like to put my pinky or my ring finger or my middle finger or my knuckle or whatever it is that you want to do. You'll see me start putting my fingers here on his shoulder or his collarbone, and I'll literally go like this. I'll tell him to look up, and I'll just tap it and tap it and tap it. I'm not going in the air and trying to make the line here. So for right here, you'll see me put my middle finger here, right? And I'm just tapping it and tapping it and tapping it. And as I'm getting there, I'm just kind of like going like this with my finger. So I'm going here. Nice, tap, tap, tap. And like I said, I want to keep it natural. For here, oh my God, I get so many questions about this line over here. It's wherever he wants the line. He likes it right above the Adam's apple. Obviously, you can see that he grows hair all the way up here. So if he wanted his line all the way up here, he can. Now, what I do recommend is when someone wants their hairline lower, you round it out over here. It just looks better most of the time there. Now, obviously, it's his beard. If he wants me to point it out, then I'll do it. But more often than not, it looks better if you round it out when you go all the way down here to the Adam's apple. If you're going in the middle of the Adam's apple and the chin, then I used to do this, where I go here, and I try to keep it like straight, but that doesn't look good. Look up, you can see that it looks weird back here. It goes like this, it doesn't look good, right? So what do? Is I actually start here, same spot, but as I'm coming over here, I go more towards the ear, right? So it might be a little scary, so I 100% suggest that you go little by little. So I'll go like this, right? Like I said, you want to go closer to the ear, right? And then I'll ask him to look down a little bit. And I'll look at it, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta fix this a little bit. Obviously, before I even say this, I'll look at him, I'll give him the mirror, and I'll be like, hey bro, do you usually like it like that? You want to change anything? And he'll probably tell me, oh, you know, let's do it a little bit sharper. Let's make it a little smoother or a little like more pointy. And I'll be like, okay, cool. Because keep in mind, it's his beard. I don't care what you guys, the viewers, think. I don't care what my clients think. It's his beard. I want to satisfy what he wants so he can come back to me, right? So if he likes it like that, I'll leave it like that. Even if it doesn't look good to other people, as long as he likes it, that's my main priority. But I know exactly how he wants his beard, so I'm going to make it a little sharper. I'm not going to touch any of this. This is perfect. There's no reason for me to touch it. So now I'm going to go like that. And I'm going to look at it. And look all the way up, Josh. And you'll see that the line will start to slant towards the ear over here, right? We're going to slant it a little more. And you see how I'm going up towards the ear here? You see that? Before it was right here. Now I'm going more over here, towards the ear. Sorry, Josh, I know your neck is like going crazy right now. You're gonna have a muscle neck after this. Obviously, you want to clean all the hairs down here. Let me see, look down. And look at how nice that looks from the side. I'm just gonna get all these straight hairs right here. I always look at it from different angles, right? From the side angle, it kind of looks like it's going like that. So I'm gonna look at it from this angle. I'm gonna keep his head there. And I'm just gonna touch all the hairs that I see. And look how clean that looks. Then I'm gonna look at it from another angle. I'll ask him to turn his head. Like I said, I usually don't like touching people's heads. I'm very comfortable with him. I went to high school with him. He's a very good friend of mine, longtime friend of mine. So I'm comfortable touching his head, turning him around. I see the lines here are straight. The line here is straight. Maybe I could touch it up a little bit here. Okay, cool. So we did this, we did that. Now we're gonna get to this part. Obviously, always use a brand new blade, which I do. He says he wants to grow out his beard. I usually put his beard around this area because, look over here real quick. When it's short, I want it to connect to his beard like this, right? But because we're going for the fuller side, I see that he has a little patch right here, right? So I don't want his beard to go up, down, and then up like that. So this is gonna be my lowest point, which is right close to where his two lips meet, right? So now I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna know that in both sides, I'm gonna stop my line right here on both sides. And like I said in all my other videos, we're gonna create straight lines, right? So I like dry shaving, and these razors are very, very sharp. So I'm just gonna, this line is just to get rid of these small little hairs so the blade can glide a little smoother, right? And I'm gonna slowly, slowly get to that patch that I was talking about. Slowly. Slowly. Cool, and I'm angling my line out way more than I want to. I know my line's not gonna go like that, but I'm doing it because all I'm worried about right here is that point, okay? I'm just worried about getting it to that exact hair right there. I don't wanna cut that hair, right? So now that I did that, I'm gonna stretch the skin a tiny little bit, because when you stretch the skin a little bit, it just creates tension for your blade to glide smoother. If I try to just do this, I'm probably gonna cut him. My blade's gonna get stuck in his skin and I'm gonna cut him. So I'm just creating a little tension, creating a straight line. Right here, we want more of a curve, so I'm gonna stretch it a lot more. You see right here, I barely went like this. Over here, I'm stretching it a lot more, and I'm gonna create a straight line from here to there. And as you can see, it's a straight line, right? Straight line, and then I'm gonna let it go, and it's gonna start to curve. So over here, I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm creating another straight line, curve, and over here, same thing. Another straight line, curve. And now, I'm just gonna go over it again. And you don't wanna go over it too, I'm going very light on his skin. For the mustache, since we're keeping it dark, I'm gonna go with my 1.5 guard open. And I tried to not go closer to the lips. So I'm just gonna go here. I don't like the guards touching the lips. The guards are clean, but I just don't like touching the lips. So we're gonna go here. And now we're gonna stay right on top of the lips. And it's very important to have blades that are sharp, because if you don't have blades that are sharp, you're gonna have to keep going over the same spot, and it's just gonna irritate your skin, or like the hair's just not gonna cut. See, I only have to go over it like once and everything's cut. What's good, bro? Now for this part, so I'm gonna ask him to keep his, look over here. No, look at me. I'm gonna ask him to keep exactly how he's at right now. Some people go like this. Some people ask him to go like that or anything else, but then the skin won't be the same. Let it go, it's not gonna look the same. So I just like to keep them natural, right? And I go here. Keep in mind, always have some part of my hand on their face, right? So I have my 3 fingers here, or in his nose, and I just kind of like push myself down. Create a straight line. And now look at that straight line. Then I'll go over it a couple times. And I just connect that, round it out a little bit. And you look at how, that's the little bald spot that we were trying to get to the top. And now, so I know everyone struggles trying to get the razor in here, going here, or going the other way. What works best for me is using a small shaver, right? Like this one, and go like this a little bit. Yeah, actually don't blow a bubble, just kind of like pull it down. Exactly, that works better for me. I don't like it when people blow bubbles. I just ask them to pull their lips down. And I just go with this. And it is such a lifesaver. Like, it's insane how easy that is. Let it go. And then I just go and I do the same thing. And keep in mind, these blades or this foil is designed for the hairs to stick here, right? So if I put this on his hair over here, it's not gonna cut, right? Because the hairs need to be short enough to fit in these tiny little holes. So because these hairs are not short enough, if I go over here, they won't cut it. So obviously it's always good to be careful, but they're kind of like dummy proof. So I go here. I'll go over the cheek area. I'll go over this area. And the fact that it's so small allows you to put it anywhere you want. You can even go over here towards the bottom lip area, right here. You can put this damn near anywhere. Don't get any crazy thoughts. And that's how you do a perfect beard. If you want it shorter, if you want it like a 1.5, look over here real quick.
I have a crazy discount for you guys. These are usually like $70 something, $80 something, but with my code JOSCUTS, you'll get them for $43 with shipping included. It's $34 plus $7 of shipping and the $2 protection fee, which I highly recommend you get. But anyway, I think every single barber should have one of these, and you can also get one of these for personal use. It's the absolute best shaver because it's so small. It literally works for the mustache shaver, for the bottom of your beard. It works for almost anything, honestly. Get one of these ASAP. It only works with the link that I provided in this video and in the description.
So now just to get all these little hairs, these little prickly hairs, I'm looking at him from a different angle. Before I was here, now I'm over here looking at it from this angle, and I can see a lot of hair sticking out here. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over it, very light. So now no matter what angle I look at it, I can always see a sharp line. And when he looks at himself in the mirror, he's gonna see a sharp line. He's gonna see a nice curved line that we only went over it once or twice to avoid irritating the skin. He's gonna see no hairs on the top of the lip, which a lot of barbers miss or have trouble with. And he's gonna see a nice mustache, he's gonna see a nice blend, he's gonna see a nice fade, and guess what? He's gonna come back. Right?